Okay, this is like a precursor to the actual video, an intro, just letting you know. In this video, I talk about every single one of these volumes here. Not volumes, but maybe the series as a whole. And I just want you to know it's gonna be fucking long. I do talk about everything. Not everything's in order because it's from a box that I had in storage. Letting you know, you should probably watch this as you're doing something else, or maybe if you're going to sleep. It's gonna be pretty boring where I just talk about manga and give you my thoughts on everything. If you wanna watch that, it's probably gonna be like fucking 20 minutes. Thanks for watching. This is Manga Type Capsule 1. Okay, so obviously they're really not going to be in order. Everything's just jumbled up, but let's go ahead and talk about the first series I see here. So we have Blue Exorcist. So I'll show a little bit of that first. Volume 10 right there. I believe I only have 5 through 10 at the moment because I let my friend borrow 1 to 5. I simply just didn't like the series. It was, I believe it wasn't really a shonen battle manga. It was more of a slice of life, kids having fun in a very cool setting, but it just didn't attract me. I'll go ahead and just leave them over there. The first victims of the time capsule. I just don't like it. I just don't like the series anymore, and I stopped collecting it. So there's some more Blue Exorcist over here. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way. Volume 14. Volume 6. I did really give it a shot. I caught up with the series, I believe, and I couldn't. I tried so hard to like it, and I just couldn't. We have Volume 12, World Trigger, a series that I really do love, and this is upside down. There we go. I love this series. I think it is one of the best strategy shonens out there. I'm very sad that the series is on hiatus for like a bit over a year now. I think it's been almost 2 years. Really love this series. I think World Trigger's probably better than Hunter x Hunter when it comes to tactical manga. I just don't think any series does it as well as World Trigger. Another Blue Exorcist. Like him as a character was pretty cool, his sword at least, and then just when he appeared in the manga, he was just so lackluster. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about the big boy. My Hero Academia 1 and 2. I really like this series. I think it actually gets better as it progresses. I know that's so cliche, like the series only gets better as it goes on. But I think that's so true with My Hero Academia, especially around chapter 100, which I don't think has been covered in the anime. I think chapter 100 really, if there has to be a climax, I think that's the climax, but it only gets better. And I see myself picking it up. I might just leave it aside because I do see myself buying it. Volume 7 of Blue Exorcist. Okay, so we have more Blue Exorcist there. Volume 12, I believe. I think she was a bitch, but she kind of had some development and was a pretty cool character, but again, I don't know. Blue Exorcist just didn't do it for me. World Trigger, Volume 3. Love her as a character. She's so awesome. Really cute little girl there. But yeah, she was a pretty dope character. I liked her. Wish the series was ongoing. Volume 2 right there. And Volume 9. What I really love about this is like the art style is not good. Like it's super just simplistic, and you can't really consider that good art in a way. I consider that decent art. Like it's one sandwich away from being fucking One Punch Man, the original One Punch Man. You know, not the fucking one being released now. But it gets it done. Black Clover Volume 2. Really enjoyed the series. I don't know what to say about it. Like, it's good, but it's more of like, it feels like a guilty pleasure because it's just so generic. Like, it doesn't really do anything new. The plot is super generic. Like, you can't tell me this is an imaginative series. Maybe when it comes to the powers, but even that, it really hasn't done anything that's really set it to be something different. It's a manga. It's a shonen manga. That's all it is. It's pretty good, but it doesn't really do anything new. World Trigger Volume 1. Love that fucking series. Okay, we have Assassination Classroom Volume 5, a series that I really do want to complete in Volume 6. I'm going to set this aside because I do see myself buying this series in the future. It's just really fun. I really like the characters. I really like the dynamic between the teacher and the classroom. Volume 9. I see myself trying to complete this over catching up with My Hero Academia. I don't know. I just really like that series. I think it's really unique in what it does, and I really want to finish it. I really want to catch up with it. Volume 8. Very basic covers. The art isn't really anything too crazy either, but it's pretty good. I really liked it. Slice of life right there. Okay, so I think it's time to talk about you. Talk about 7 Deadly Sins. We have Volume 1. Really love this art. Really love the setting of 7 Deadly Sins. But it just gets so bad. It just spirals out of control. The power system is just the power scale is just so bad, man. It's just 1 second a character is weak, the next second he's the strongest, then the next second he's weak again, and now these guys are the strongest, but hey, I have a secret move that's gonna make me even stronger, and just, I don't know, man. The fucking art is amazing, though. I do love me some of that art. You know. Incredible art. Incredible fucking art. Incredible setting, just very poorly done when it comes to the power system. Volume 9 of Blue Exorcist. Maybe we can get that as a thumbnail right there. That should get a lot of clicks. That should get a lot of clicks, right? Again, didn't like the series. World Trigger, Volume 10. Volume 8. That guy was fucking dope. I loved him. I loved his power. I loved the way he was able to... He was like the magician. You know what? I'm setting World Trigger aside. I'm rereading this shit. I fucking love this series. Fucking love that series. So good. You need to check that out. I Am Hero. Omnibuses by Dark Horse. I thought I only had the first one. I have 1 and 2. Pretty expensive, but they're omnibuses, so they're worth it. The art in this is actually really fucking good. The tone is really dark and talks about some real life shit. And it's pretty mature, so I don't really want to get to any of those pages, so I'll stop there. Another series that I do see myself collecting, I really didn't like the ending of the series. This is the kind of series where you start reading it and you just binge it. This is like the Walking Dead of manga, and you just really want to find out more. Alright, let's get something else. Platinum End Volume 1. Obviously amazing art. It's fucking Obata, but I don't know. The series just kind of fell off for me. And I've heard really bad things about it, how it's just not as good anymore. And gorgeous art, obviously, but I don't really see myself reading it. Maybe when it finishes, I will try to pick it up. Let's grab another handful, and just talk about each one. Volume 4, 7 Deadly Sins. I have like 20 fucking volumes, you know? But it really just starts getting bad after the first art. Because then the next art's introduced and you're like, okay, that's cool. And then they do it again. It's like Fairy Tail, you know? Like, they just keep it's hard to say. It's just the transition in power isn't fluid. That's how I can describe it. In Hunter x Hunter, I felt like you never feel like they defeat the bad guy and then another bad guy's introduced who's just like, well, I'm twice as strong as him, and then you beat that guy and you're like, well, I'm 4 times as strong as him. You know, I just hate that. I like for it to be fluid. Like in Hunter x Hunter, Hisoka and Killua's brother, I'm sorry, I forget his name, they're introduced right in the beginning, and they are not defeated in the beginning, and throughout the whole story, they are constantly some of the strongest characters. Like, these guys are fucking strong. Oh, okay, then in 15 volumes, they won't be strong anymore, right? They'll be weak? No, 30 volumes later, they are still fucking strong. Like, I love that. And I feel like Seven Deadly Sins, it was just like, obviously the main characters stay strong, but the villains are defeated and be like, oh, those are fucking pussies, you know? These guys are fucking strong. Then you beat those guys and like, well, those guys are fucking pussies too. I don't know, just don't like that. Black Clover, Volume 3. Again, just really didn't do anything different. Then we have, you know, talk about different. We got One Punch Man, Volume 8. I like it, I love it. I jumped on the bandwagon really early. But it doesn't really, I don't really want to keep reading it right now. It's good. It's like My Hero Academia. Like, yeah, don't get me wrong, it's really fucking good. But I'm not like, I want to read that shit right now. You know, it's not driving me to go read it. Like Doro, I'm just like, after every volume, I'm like, I want to go fucking find out what happens next. World Trigger, I actually want to read it again. Sorry about the cuts, if there are cuts within it. It's just, it gets really fucking hot. I live in the desert, so right now it's like 100 degrees. And even with the fan and the AC on, you start sweating. So I have to, you know, take a breather. So let's go down and just start grabbing these and start showing off One Punch Man. The spines aren't really anything to look at, but it's, the fucking art is insane. Again, Murata, he did Eye Shield 21. Oh my god, that just happened. Okay, well, I just almost dropped the camera. Volume 7, again, Murata, probably the best art in the business. I don't know, it's obviously been him. Who else would be up? I don't know, I just think he's the best. Other than obviously, fuck, what's his name? Completely brain farted right now, but the guy who does Vagabond and maybe Berserk's author, what's the fuck his name? I don't even know his name, obviously, but they'll come to me. They have the best art in the business, and it's just insane how much better they are than everyone else. Because it's not like oh, it's a close call. They are way fucking better than everyone else when given the opportunity to like really just make a portrait. They can't be beat, and I personally think he's the best, but it's pretty close between those three. But he's just so good. Murata's just, fuck, he's good. So let's show off more One Punch Man. Again, it's a great series. I would want to read it again. Maybe I'll put it to the side, but I'm not really excited to see what happens next. One Punch Man doesn't really drive me to know, hey, I really want to know what happens next. The plot isn't. Then again, it's like a dog manga in a way. It's more a satire. Then you can't really expect the plot to be super fucking interesting, because that's really not what it's trying to accomplish. But for me, I'm all about the plot, you know? So that's really the driving force. My Hero Academia, that is some straight up fucking X-Men shit right there. There we go, that is Best Girl. That's probably a lot of women's favorite character right there. The silent and hurt fucking character. He has his issues, you know, he has daddy issues, so girls love him. If you want women, just have daddy issues, and girls will fucking love you. Be a troubled youth. Be a Sasuke. Also, that's brother issues, but yeah, he has daddy issues too. His dad's dead. So there you go. Assassination Classroom, Volume 7. Again, I'm putting that to the side because I really do want to read that series. Another series I want to read. Good old fucking World Trigger. Showing off these volumes there. Best girl, best character on the whole fucking show. He's essentially the Shanks of World Trigger. Fucking amazing. Oh, we got a new series to talk about here. Boruto, Next Generations. Not really keeping up with the anime. Heard it's pretty good. First volume didn't really get me interested. We have Volume 1 of Assassination Classroom. The classic volume cover. Volume 10. Really Obviously, the volumes are really generic. It's just, you know, the sensei's face on everything, but they do sometimes change it up with that. Okay. Now if I want clickbait, this would be clickbait. But, horrible series. Trash. Shrink wrapped. I don't think I even got to this one. Or maybe I did read this one. It's just so bad. My friend actually liked this series and recommended it to me. So I read it online and did not like it at all. But then I was like, hey, I'm going to give it another shot. Fucking garbage series. Look at that there. Some clickbait right there. Just hate it. Don't think the series is any good. If you like Trinity 7, hey, cool for you. I just think the series is fucking garbage. The only redeeming part of that series is maybe the main character, but even he can't save it. Just such a bad series. I don't even know what to say about that. What can I say? This is a thick-ass volume. Volume 11. Volume 12. I think I should just buy all of the Assassination Classroom ones and catch up. I think I only need like 9 more. But World Trigger's fucking horrible. Not World Trigger. Trinity 7's fucking horrible. I'm sorry. Yone of the Dawn, I bought these because someone in the comments recommended it to me and I never read it. Heard it's really good, but never got into it. Don't plan on it. 16. Gorgeous ass art. Really, he has really good art too. Don't get me wrong, it's amazing. But I wouldn't put him up there. Oh, all of this is just fucking 7 Deadly Sins. Let's not show all the covers. They're fucking cool. And it has one of those arcs like that. Let's just show all that. That was all 7 Deadly Sins. It's a shonen, you know, so it has to have about a bajillion volumes. And we have World Trigger Volume 5. Some more 7 Deadly Sins. Let's not talk about it. We got something new here. Kami ga Kill. Really like the series. Watch the anime. I was reading this back when I was still watching anime. I don't watch anime anymore. They're really thick. I might want to reread this series, so I'll put it to the side. But hated. I absolutely hated the ending and hated the direction that it went in. I still think the series was pretty good in the beginning. I really liked the power system. I really loved the characters. I really loved the main character. I just absolutely hated where they went with it. The anime ending was garbage, and so was the manga ending. I believe the manga ended as well. But just hated it. That's all I can say about that. Oh look, I even tried to get into the second series, but I never read that. That focuses on her, I believe. Fucking, what is her name, Akami? Because essentially the show kind of makes you feel like the main character is the dude, but then it's like, it's fucking Akami got killed, dude. Her name's there. She's the main character. And he fucking just, you know. So we have more Assassination Classroom. More World Trigger. More absolute fucking garbage. Look at that. Hey, that's clickbait though, but horrible ass series, man. Do not read that series if you like it. I'm not gonna hate on you. Log Horizon, the West Wind Brigade. Fucking love Log Horizon. It's one of my favorite series of all time. I bought this because I am a huge fanboy and just wanted to collect anything that they have. The only problem is they're really fucking expensive and you can finish each one in like 20 minutes. So I kind of stopped collecting it because at one point or another in my life I got really limited in money. That is really not the case anymore. Probably the best I've ever been in money, but still. Okay, let's go ahead and cut this and show everything. Okay, so I was editing this video. Notice I never made a fucking outro. Those are all the series we talked about. That was my manga capsule. If you want to watch more videos like this, let me know. It's not really any hard work. It's just filming it and talking. It was pretty bad. I noticed a lot of things that I could do better. Of just sometimes I need to have the manga in focus, like showing it and flipping through pages while I talk, just to have something there for you to see.
other than that, I hope you guys liked it, and yeah, it was really fucking long. Take care, guys.